Good morning. We want to welcome everybody this morning to a very important press event that we are having. A lot of people know, and if you don't know, we want you to know that starting today through June the 2nd kicks off our Click It or Ticket campaign. And that campaign will run all the way through June the 2nd. That campaign is not just a campaign for the state of Tennessee, but it goes all over the nation. And there's a lot of good reasons that it goes all over the nation. As you can see here, we have represented not only agencies from Middle Tennessee, but we also have agencies from Kentucky. We have Tennessee Highway Patrol, Kentucky Highway Patrol, along with other agencies, Clarksville, Montgomery County, Christian County, other places as well. And we don't ever want to leave anybody out. But we're thankful for that partnership and that cooperation that all wants to send the same message, that all wants to accomplish the same goals and has the same priorities, and that is your safety over the holiday weekend. Our goals as we enforce the laws, as we get out and try to keep the highway safe, is that you arrive safe at your destination. Click It or Ticket's main priority and main focus is seatbelt usage, and there's a very good reason for that. In 2012, wearing seatbelts saved 12,174 lives across the nation. Not only that, but over the last 4 years prior to that, from 2008 to 2012, it saved 63,000 lives. That's a big statement, and that's a very good motivation for us to continue our enforcement of those seatbelt laws. When we get out and we enforce these laws and we do combined saturation patrols, and as we're going to do tonight right down the road here at the Kentucky-Tennessee border, we'll be gathering together to have a roadblock. And we'll be checking to see if people are driving sober, if people are driving distracted, or if people are not wearing their seat belts. We'll be checking for those violations in order that they'll be safe as they move on down the road. We're not cracking down just for the fun of it, or we're not trying to see just how many tickets we can write. We want you to know that wearing your seatbelt is a serious issue, that driving sober is a serious issue, that driving while not distracted is a very serious issue. In 2012, there were 10,335 unbuckled passengers that were occupants in vehicles who died in crashes across this nation. In the state of Tennessee, 6 out of 10 of those who are involved in crashes are not wearing their seat belts. That is one of our motivators for getting out and making your safety a priority over this weekend and over the Memorial Day weekend. That's why we're going to step it up. That's why we're going to make every effort we can to save lives on Tennessee roadways and be sure that people wear their seat belts. Young adults are dying in disproportionate rates because they are not wearing their seat belts. 62% of the teenagers, and those are not teenagers, but those 15 to 34 are dying unbelted in crashes, as opposed to lower numbers in other age groups. Sometimes people think, well, I'm in a big truck or I'm in a big vehicle, so I'm safe. That's a false sense of security. 66% of the time when a truck crashes and fatalities are involved, people are not wearing their seatbelt, as opposed to 45% of those in passenger cars. Sometimes we think, well, I'm on a back road, I don't have to wear my seatbelt. That only applies when I'm in an urban area or I'm in town or I'm in a large city. That's when I need to wear my seatbelt. But the numbers tell us different. It tells us that there are more fatalities in urban areas than there are or rural areas than there are in urban areas. These are the reasons why the Governor's Highway Safety Office, the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, and all the other agencies on this side of the border and on the Kentucky side of the border are combining together. And we need your help. We need your help. We need you, when you think twice about wearing your seatbelt, remember the first time that we take your safety seriously and that we want you to arrive safe at your destination over these holidays. These campaigns are set up for a reason, because we know that the holidays bring more people out to drive. There are more people on the highways. There are more people from other states and jurisdictions who travel through our towns and cities, and therefore there are more fatalities. We want this to be the safest Memorial Day ever, and we're going to do everything we can to see that that happens. At this time, I want to introduce to you Megan Buell, who is our Personal Information Officer from the Tennessee Governor's Highway Safety Office. Megan.
Thanks, Tony, and I want to give a special thank you to all of the men and women that are here with us today, especially our Clarksville Police Department Chief Ansley, Montgomery County Sheriff's Office Sheriff Fuson, Greg Dennison, who is here from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, and of course our Kentucky State Police, which are here with us today, and all of our local agencies. It's a great honor to be with you here today to celebrate this Hands Across the Border event. You know, our office in Tennessee, the Governor's Highway Safety Office, we account for fatalities by state and jurisdiction. Death, unfortunately, knows no boundaries, and that is why our partnerships are so very important. That's why we work together so well with our partners and, of course, the state of Kentucky. Bill Bell has done a fine job in Kentucky, and our relationship could not be any better. We are in this together. These fine officers work to make sure you and your loved ones arrive at their destination safely. Seatbelts do save lives, and we are in the midst of, as Tony said, of the national Click It or Ticket enforcement mobilization effort, and this is a national event. In Tennessee, over half of our fatalities are still unbelted. That's incredible. And it's not only the law to buckle up. It's just plain smart. It's just a way to save your life and ensure that you are going to arrive home to your loved ones. This is just a reminder too that 100 days of summer heat is coming up. Summer is in the midst of us. We are right here. The weather's great, and it always, of course, drives up the potential for impaired driving. It's against the law. Number one, if you drive impaired, you will get caught. And our law enforcement officers are out there to ensure your safety and, again, to make sure that you're making those good choices on our roadways. We have incredible roadways here in Tennessee as well as Kentucky. Why not take great advantage of having that pleasant drive? But do it so and make good choices. Distracted driving, of course, is one of the major epidemics that's going on nationally. Distracted driving is up considerably when it comes to fatalities. Once again, it's all about making those safe choices. And at the Governor's Highway Safety Office and at the Kentucky Office of Safety, we are all working together to ensure that you arrive at your destination safely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Megan. There's one thing about this area in Montgomery County, and that is that the support that we have from local agencies here is overwhelming. It's great, always willing to help, always willing to go the extra mile to see to it that its citizens and people who travel these roadways are safe. And we are very thankful for Chief Ansley and Sheriff Fuson for all the help that they give us at the Governor's Highway Safety Office. And at this time, I want us to have to the podium Chief Ansley, Clarksville Police Department.
Thank you. I'll keep this very short and sweet. I appreciate it when I see all these organizations, all these police departments, Highway Patrol from the state of Kentucky, Highway Patrol from the state of Tennessee, Chief Dover PD, Chief Howell, Hopkinsville. We have a very good working relationship, as well as with Fort Campbell. And it's very good to see this many agencies working together on an important issue. We support the Governor's Highway Safety Department 100%. We always have, always will. It's all about saving lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Ansley. At this time, we'll hear from Sheriff Fuson.
Well, thank you again, Tony, and not to rehash everything that's already been said, the importance of the jobs that we have here to do rely on coordination and cooperation amongst the agencies. As you just heard a while ago, death and injury has no boundaries. Violations of the law have no boundaries. We in law enforcement want to make sure that your travels are safe and you do get to your destination safely. So the relationships that we have to have with the state of Kentucky being a border county, Fort Campbell, all the other police departments, Dover Police is here. It's just very, very important for us to stay on board with the mission that we have, and that's to keep our citizens safe. So I'm very proud to be a part of this event. I'm very proud to be a part of the Governor's Highway Safety Office in Tennessee, and anything that we can do to help keep our roads safe for the people that are traveling them are exactly what we're here to do. So thank you again for having me here today, and anything that my agency, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, can do, please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. We also have with us today Greg Dennison from the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety. It's so good to have him with us here today to represent their Office of Highway Safety. Greg Dennison.
I'm going to be real brief as well, because I think everything's been said about what we need to be doing already. So, like I said, there's no sense in rehashing all that. There is one thing, though, I would like to share with you. A few years ago, I was at one of these events over in western Kentucky, far western Kentucky and Tennessee. The news media was there. And one of the troopers, I think, made a real good point. He said, you know, we spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on research to cure different diseases, which is all, you know, worthwhile. But we actually know the cure for losing life in traffic fatalities. We know the cure. It's wear your seatbelt. Don't drive impaired. Obey the traffic laws. Don't drive distracted. All of these things is what can save your life while operating a motor vehicle. So we actually know what the cure is for that. So when I see all these law enforcement officers around here, it you know, kind of as a highway safety person, it really makes you feel good to know that these guys are out here doing the work and trying to get this compliance. So on behalf of the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Kentucky Office of Highway Safety, Bill Bell, our Executive Director, we just say thank all of you, both Tennessee and Kentucky, for what you do for us.
Thank you so much. Once again, I just want to say thank you. And one of the things that we can always depend on is these surrounding agencies. Chief, thank you. We appreciate Kentucky State Patrol, Dover, Clarksville, Montgomery County. There are just so many that'll be here to help us tonight that maybe are not here today. But what we want you to know is this. For those who will get this message, remember your safety is our priority. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're our priority. If you drive impaired, you're our priority. If you drive distracted, you're our priority. If you drive without regard of others that travel our roadways, you're going to be our priority. And we thank all of you very much. And I want to say thank you ahead of time to all those guys who will put their lives on the line to ensure the safety of others. And remember this, as we're doing our job, we ask that you do yours. When you see emergency vehicles, patrol cars on the side of the road with blue lights, move over, not just as a courtesy, not just because it's safe, but because it's a law. Thank you. Anybody has questions, people will be available to answer them for you. That concludes our media event. Thank you.